G'day, welcome back to the Macbeth walkabout of Elden Ring. So we've come here, the Geel Lake South, and now we're going to push on collecting, opening up the areas, flicking on all of the graces, or many of the graces. Come in here. So you can get a great epee if you're looking for a piercing weapon. Alright fellas, we're just going to keep riding straight east. Don't worry, you won't die. And although you can parkour down that thing, you can also just ride down to the end and you won't take any fall damage. Well, a little bit, not a lot. So these wolves are guarding this bunch of graveyards with shinies on them. This is a trap. You can grab them, but they're junk loot. Golden Rune 2, Golden Rune 3, so they're worth about 100 runes, but what actually happens is the wolves gank you, and you end up fighting 8 wolves, or something like that, which early in the game, nah. What we're doing is collecting. We will do some fighting up here, though, I think. Why not? So I'm going to flick on my flasks because we picked up a few seeds and things. So you can see we use a golden seed to add the number of flasks, and the tiers add how much is going to be improved by doing it. Right, so you can now see that we've got 4 crimson flasks and a cerulean one. We don't need that yet. And we are going to put on our talisman. For this one that we picked up, at the risk of our lives, slowly restores hit points. Really slowly. Like, we won't be using that for much of the game. However, you may as well put it on. Coming into this area, we've got a battle happening between those little demi-human dudes and soldiers of Godric. So these soldiers of Godric have all got great swords, and they're under command. They're being commanded by a complete psychopath. They have got themselves a pumpkin head. That guy's a pumpkin head. We want to jump past the pumpkin head, hopefully, if we're lucky, and run. In here, demi-humans everywhere, menials throwing fire bombs. All of those barrels are full of gunpowder. We want to run past here, have that guy notice us. Yep, he's coming. And go straight up here quickly because he's going to follow you. We want him to follow us. When we get to the top, we're going to summon our wolves. We want to make sure. Okay, yeah, he's coming. Once he's gone past halfway, he's pretty much committed. Summon your wolves. We want what's in here. And we got him. Now for that we get Bloody Slash. Thanks, wolves. And we're going to use one of the techniques in the game that happens unfortunately often, which is you can reset the area by going all the way back down to a grace, rest at the grace, then come all the way back up to where you are. And what you'll find is that you need things. Like there are things that are part of the game that you need to now deal with. So the quicker way to do it is to quit and reload. So when you quit and reload this area, we've now killed the knight that was taking over up here. Our little doggies have gone. We can pop back down quite safely. Nothing in this castle is going to attack you now because you've killed the guy that was in charge of it and all of his menials have run away. Grab the blood rose. And perfectly safe to drop down here. Come inside and grab the Warrior's Cookbook. So the Warrior's Cookbooks and in all sorts of cookbooks, missionary cookbooks, Warrior's Cookbooks, they let you craft things. But you can't craft anything until you get a crafting kit, and we're going to buy one of those in a little while. However, I'm all about saving time, so We don't need to buy that just yet. What we do need to do is to ride past that. We don't need to do anything there. We just need to ride past it. Because you'll hear a howl. Here, howl here. So here's Macbeth running through the wilderness. There's a merchant down here that we will really want to chat to later, so come and say hi.
Well, value these. I'm hungry.
And the story of the merchants in this game is a particularly poignant and painful one, but it's a very, very long game, and we'll get to that story later on. As we come in here, you'll hear a howl. Maybe. Watch out for the bears. There's one there. They're all around here. The animals in this game are the only things you really need to worry about. There are dragons and, you know, great big monsters and particularly upset creatures and all sorts of stuff, but none of them have anything like the sheer power, authority, and terror dealt by bears, lobsters, prawns, dogs, crows, etc. So now we're going into the underground area. We're going to put a marker there. And this game has levels, lots of levels. So it's got giant underground area as well as giant above ground area and really long lifts. So we've got this very long lift. While we're waiting on the lift, let's put a few things on. We're going to put blood grease there. We're going to put one of them there because that's how we're going to get our mega souls, mega runes. But while we're coming down here, all those areas we can see over there, those sort of middle ground areas, we go there as well. That's how huge the game is. So we go all the way down there and all the way up to there, and we're still coming down. It's going to be quicker because of just how long this lift is for us to burn through this first area and get the grace in the second area. So we're going to come here, we're grabbing that. You can ride Torrent in here, and you probably should. Golden Rune 3. There's not a lot in here. You might get a couple of little runes. Dukist Turbo if you're into that sort of thing. Golden Rune 2. Smithing Stone 2. Lots of angry guys. Cured meat. Rainbow stones. Nothing really important, specific, amazing, helpful. So, Golden Rune 4. But what we wanted to do was come on in here and flick on the lift. They will follow you slowly, really slowly, and you can farm them if you want to use their weapon, which is a intelligence-powered harpoon thing that can be amazing if you put the right Ash of War on it. But we're not doing that. So we come out here, go left first, and I'll show you what happens if you don't get off your horse in time. This is what happens when the game wants you to stop. I'm riding, bam. So then I have this great big pause area before I can actually move again. That's why it's very often the case that you should work out where you want to go and jump from your horse. So we're not doing this area, we're just turning on the grace and then we're going to head out of here. Don't grab that shiny because there's a giant crab. No, Crabby will come after you. Crabby's not happy. Not a happy Crabby. Round to the left. Touching the grace. If the crab's still coming, we won't be able to rest. Yeah, we can't rest, so rest at the grace. And R3 changes that. So we go back to R3. Fast travel to Fort Haight. And we're going to do the very quick rundown. There we go. whistling for our horse. You can farm these guys if you want any of their weapons. In fact, most enemies in the game with most weapons that they have can be farmed. So you've heard a howl. Now that... oh, man. Okay, watch out for the bears. Watch out for just the everything. So I'm heading kind of north. Watch out for the bear. Okay, so now that I've heard the howl, we can come back to the Church of Ella. And chat to him, chat to this guy.
And I can also that you're not, then why not
Get his recommendation.
You know, you should buy a craft essential. The kit costs but the import.
Ask about the howling.
Next time you don't find yourself.
And he says, do this and you might be able to go and chat to Blythe. We're going to grab the crafting kit.
I'm glad you took me.
So, with the crafting kit, now item crafting is available. And you can see that we have picked up the recipes for a few things. Fur calling finger remedies, you only need a yellow flower. You need 2 of them, and they will let you summon in a friend. So if you want to play with a mate, you need to be collecting those Erdleaf flowers. Right, back to Blythe. That's the dude. So we're going to do this again. There's also, near number 2, there's going to be another grace. But what's happening now is we are... Let's go over here. Oh, we can't do it while we're on horse. So we're coming back into that dark, misty wood, which I think is called the Mistwood, which is probably a reasonable name. It does have a bit of a Scottish heath kind of feel to the whole thing. Lots and lots of dank weather. Now, as you approach this, the bears, there is a giant bear in here. There he is. Let him sleep. Leave him alone. You can hear him snoring. That's a good thing. I'm going to come around here. Pick up a smithing stone. You can still hear him snoring in there. And we want to go over there. And we're looking to summon that guy. You can see him up top there. See him up top? So, put on finger snap. Do the finger snap. When you do it, whee! He comes down.
Who goes there? Carly sent you. The name's bloody fled, so come tell me.
So, it's important that we do this guy's quest line.
And in need.
He wants us to help kill a guy. We are so up for that. But first we're going to go and get our grace. Get a dagger. Get our first dagger. Try and avoid the bears. There's a lovely little pond here. Somewhere. There. I think I upset a bear. And if you go through the pond... Uh-oh, I did upset a bear. If you go through the pond, you can pick up gold fireflies, a really important upgrade material, but at the moment I'm just running, circle, try and land on the grace and hit the grace. Is the bear following me? Bear, no, just don't follow me, bear. You don't need to follow me. You just stay over there. Okay, early day. See that structure over there? We're going to that.
Anybody there?
I am.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false.
Sounds good, Duncan. I'm on my way. These we will pick up. There's nothing dangerous here. Except my inability to ride Torrent. The one we want is that one. You got to jump up to get it. That's going to let you craft sleep things. And there are a couple of bosses in the game where you might want to do that. Otherwise, the runes aren't much to shout about. Golden Rune 1, Golden Rune 4, that kind of clobber. There's a 6. Hooray. So we've been hailed. And you can see that now, because we've done that, we can craft sleep pots. If we pick up some pots or buy some pots, we can craft sleep pots. So come and chat to Ken.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing
Now,
the
if you
great
come to Ken
Kenneth-
before you go to the
No,
fort,
despite
he
the
says, please go rescue my fort. We've already done that. So now he's like, wow, you're the best. Here, have a freebie. And he gives you the Erdsteel dagger.
What's that look? Well, even the which is why just you. Would you like? I see bright. Enter
Now,
to
lots of people are going to ask you to enter their service. Do it.
I shall hold. I see.
Why not? The good thing about him
Much.
is that later on he has a little bit more quest, not a lot more, but you get a pretty amazing thing at the end of it. So, no spoilers, but we're going down to that church. Now on your left, is he coming over? Oh no, there's a giant over there on the left. If he's coming over, rest of the grace. If he's not, you've got time to collect all your stuff, pick up the sacred tears. And this is super useful. Flask of Wondrous Physics, a brand new mechanic in Elden Ring. What it is that thing. It's a flask, and you can put certain things into it. So we've got quite a bit we can do here. Let's have a look. First of all, let's do our Flask of Mixed Wondrous Physic. So far, I've only picked up that one, so we'll put it in there. It's going to restore half our health if we use the Physic. Chat to Melina, or Lady Macbeth. She wants to talk to you.
Spoken words, if you will. Very, my lord.
So she's going to chat to us about Marika. Now, a few things we want to do while we're here. One, come around to the right. And there's going to be a little bug. You want him. You get the Ash of War Sacred Blade. We want to jump the wellspring. There's wolves, so go up to the corner where the wolves just behind them. We're jumping up here. We're jumping up on this wellspring, and we're going to be heading kind of west so that we jump 2 levels. Jump that other level, and we jump that other level, and we can go over here straight ahead from where you've jumped out. This is an area we're going to come to in a bit. But first, we're going to come down here, and you can see there's a cave, but it's blocked. So here we're going to use our first stone sword key. You use the key there with the little dudes, and it unblocks the cave. So we are going to go down and grab another talisman that we will actually use for a bit, because the health one, man, not so interested in that. We're moving too fast for those tiny ticks of health to really mean much. This thing, however, the green turtle talisman, really good. Is the same as the Chloranthy ring in all of the Dark Souls games. Boosts your stamina speed recovery. Okay, right around behind and up the hill, sticking to the north. We want to stay right over to the left, because there is, at the front of this church, an invasion with an NPC. And the non-player character is going to, at this early stage, Anastasia will take you to town. You can fight her if you want, but we'll come back and fight her later. So at the moment, come down the side. Smashing, grabbing, and turning on things is what we're all about. Come in here, grab these two. Turn that on. We're going to go back to the third church of Marika. Actually, let's just go and help Blythe. Come back to Aguila Lake South. If you feel confident that you can help Blythe, like as in you're strong enough for a battle now, great, do it. If you don't want to do it just yet, that's fine. We've turned Blythe on, so, you know, like we've alerted him to the fact that we're available, which means he's just going to be hanging around here waiting. So you can, if you want, run around the world, get a bit stronger, try again. Now, when we come to a jail, we're going to come to this one a couple of times. If it's blue like that, it means you can walk straight in. Usually they're not, and you need to put a stone sword key in to activate it. Right, So, when you walk into that blue area there, the enemy is going to attack, and he's going to attack you first. But summon in Blythe. Blythe will take care of most of this fight for you. But you still need to be doing your level best. So remember, L1 is block.
Rotting in a cell is
If you
no
want to use a shield,
justice.
you can use a shield.
No. This is where it ends for you.
Walk up, turn him on, and then walk back. I like to hang around Blythe. Ow. That's kind of why. All right, Blythe. Ah! Okay. Oh. We're getting there. I did that. And that. Yeah, you're down, pal. So when you take out the Bloodhound Knight, Darrell, you get his sword, which is a really, really good sword, but it isn't the best sword, because the best sword is like a claymore. It's a two-handed greatsword. So this is a two-handed kind of swivelly, curvy greatsword, but the reason we did it was to come and have this conversation. This is an important conversation.
Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
Talk again.
Oh, yes. I should say, if you venture north to Rea Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon.
Ray!
Enough chit-chat, this time we parted ways.
So that's the invitation we wanted. We're going to put this here because we still need to come in here later. So I'm going to put, when I put a sword, that means we haven't dealt with it yet. We need to do it. And there's a few other ones. There's a nasty one there. And we haven't done that. And we haven't done her. Etc. So there's a few things there that we need to do. But now that we've done that little bit, we're going to go up and we're going to get paid an inordinate amount. So come back to the Third Church of Marika. And this is where, if you can, oh yeah, we might get a level, we might get a couple. Oh no, okay. Because we've gone up to Caelid and said hello.
To determine if
Lady
you
Macbeth
it seems
says,
torrent, whereas I'm in. There is, but I can take gathering.
It's time to go to
Very well.
our castle.
Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
So she's going to take us to Castle Inverness. But it's not Castle Inverness, it's the Round Table Hold. But for us, it's Castle Inverness. So when you come in here, lots of things you can do in this area. But at the moment, really, we're just going to level up. We need 11 faith for what we want. So we're going to get it. Now, the way to find out what you need, status tells you what you need. So we need 829. And if you hit, there we go, that'll do it nicely. So we require 11 faith to be able to use that spell, right? And we also require something to cast the spell with. So let's get a free... What we're going to do, we can... What does that need? It needs 12 faith. Okay, so I need 12 faith. All right, 12 faith. Let's see, 847. I've got enough for another faith. There's 12 faith. Right, so now I can attach my spell by going in here and going to memorize spells and pick it, but I can't cast it. And I can't cast it because, I'm going to make it daytime, I can't cast it because I don't have anything to cast spells with. So now we're going to put change the Ash of War for Morningstar from being kick to being Sacred Blade. And we're going to go back to where we picked up. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to get ourselves Sacred Blade. We're going to get ourselves a fantastic little seal with which we will now be able to cast spells. How do we do it? Again, going down the right-hand side. So the Ash of War we now have puts holy damage on our weapon, and holy damage is perfect for defeating undead enemies like ghosts and skeletons and deathbirds and stuff like that. There is a creature in the game that collects Deathroot, and you get Deathroot for killing these guys. So we're going to come into the Summon Water Village, and if we look straight ahead, you can see a purple ghost thing on the ground. Purple ghost thing will move when you hit it. Purple ghost thing also summons in other creatures. So you hit it once, and the purple ghost thing moves, and usually he moves around here. So we can come around here now, and we can get our little doggies out. What I'm going to do is hit him lots and lots of times. Ah! All right, and they ganked me. I got too greedy. My little doggies. Oh, my cute little puppies. Right, now it's personal. I'm not happy with that. Wow, you killed my little puppies. You're toast. You're toast, dude. I'm not happy with that. So you can see it's not easy. You're not going to just sort of walk in there and one-shot him. You can, if you want, make yourself a little bit tougher. I still think we've got a good chance. I feel that he really needs to die for killing my puppies. So there he is over there. But I'm going to come over here and get my runes first. And then I'm going to come around this way and hit him. He should be just hanging there. There he is. Has he gone in here? Yep, he's gone in here. Now he's summoning his boys, and we've summoned ours. Get out of there, 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 get out of there. Okay, that's what happened last time. Where are my boys? Where are my puppies? All right, so now I've got him down. One more, one more. There you go. And they'll die. And he's down. And for that, my poor puppies got trapped. What were you guys doing? Oh, they went to the park. My puppies came up here and just played around with all the enemies up here. Come on, you guys. All right, so while we're here, we're going to go straight ahead, and there's a grace we can get. And we're going to finish up this episode by cashing in our Deathroot, meeting a new NPC. So, another part of the game. Cashing in our Deathroot, that's done now, so we're going to change that to being done. And we're going to come to the Third Church America and do a little tricky thing that takes you up to another part of Caelid, which you can get to a couple of ways, but we're going to do it this way. So straight out and tucked in around, you can see the sort of dodgy lines of a travelator. I don't know what they even call it. It's kind of like a Star Trek-y beam you across thing. You know what I mean? They're in Scotland. Well, you do now. So Edinburgh now has these fantastic sort of weird, hyper-modern boat transport things. You know, it blocks off rivers and moves rivers around so the boats can go in different directions. But anyway, come into the Bestial Sanctum. Come and chat to Herbert. And we're going to hand over the death route.
I smell it. Death. Feed it me. Tarnished. I shall feed me.
So he gives you the Beast Eye, and he now gives you the Claw Mark Seal, which means you can now cast spells. And, well, you can cast incantations. All right. So we'll leave it here and pick it up here next time as we head off to get Macbeth his sword.